Hold on. Hey. I thought y'all could hear me this whole damn time. Welcome to True Crime Tuesday with myself, Feminine and Fierce, otherwise known as Connie Renee. Happy New Year's Eve to everyone. Welcome. Yes, I was on mute. Thank you, Lady Night. When they do the countdown, it was still on the countdown page. And when they do the countdown, even if I'm not muted while the countdown is on, it mutes you for like the system mutes you. So I didn't realize that. My bad. Hit that like. Yes, True Crime Tuesday. If you don't know, every Tuesday we do a true crime story. It could be a cold case, it could be all different things, just anything true crime related. If you guys haven't signed up for the text alerts, make sure you do that. All you have to do is text at FF Outlaws to 81010. That way you'll know all the latest tea and when I'm live and where I'm live, because you never know where I'm going to be, because people love to report. People love it. So I don't know why it's not showing me all of the stuff. 1 second. It is the new year. Happy New Year. Well, it's New Year's Eve, obviously. And 2024 is in the rear view and 2025 is coming at us quick. I'm telling you, 2024 went by so fast. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels like 2024 just flew by. Anybody else think that? Because I feel like it was quick. Like it feels like it was Christmas in 2023, like yesterday. um, I'm glad Christmas is over. I'm not the biggest fan myself, just because it's so commercialized. Don't get me wrong. I love, spending time with family and stuff like that. But other than that, all the stuff, they just, they make it all about the wrong things, in my opinion. So, heard the Madeline Soto story. Oh, yes, I did hear the Madeline Soto story. And that whole thing is crazy. The fact that the Madeline Soto story, the fact that the girl was 13 years old and her mother was letting her sleep with her step grandfather or stepfather. I don't know which one, but yeah, that whole story is wild. We'll definitely maybe cover that one for sure. Yes, fellow investigators, let's get it. A lot of things are going to be changing as far as my page, my YouTube, my Facebook, all of that stuff. I'm still going to be bringing you guys the malarkey, but I will be doing more pre-recorded videos. I'm still going to be doing the lives, but I'll be doing stories, like pre-recorded videos, kind of like what I did for today. And yeah, it's like you blink and 2024 is over. So be kind, because I'm getting used to the camera. Because I used to do lives, but I'm getting used to editing and everything. So, I edit obviously already, but editing my own stuff, my own voice and all that stuff. So, I did make my own video for today, and we're going to jump right into it. If you guys are, Sleuth Outlaws, I love that. If you guys are here for the malarkey, or you want to come back for the malarkey, I will be live after this to go over some of the malarkey. But for now, it's True Crime Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, the Madeline Soto story is wild. But yes, we will definitely cover that, because I was watching some of the court stuff this morning. It was either this morning or yesterday morning. I was watching some of the court stuff, and they had the guy on the stand, and they were asking him questions, and they had the stuff on the side that was like, she slept with him. She was 13. She was allowed to sleep in the bed with him. I'm like, wait, what? That right there is a red flag for me. Connie, have you seen anything about Chloe Driver? I haven't, Sarah. I haven't. Let me see. Let me write that down though. So Chloe Driver. Is that what it says? Yeah. Let me write it down so I can go take a look at it. Because if I don't write it down, I'll forget. All right. Yeah, it was the Madeline Soto story is definitely we can get into. Because it's a rough one. But for today, we are going to be talking about a Kentucky mom by the name of Tiffany Lucas. She actually unalived her 2 boys. And the things that she said during her interrogation, the way she acted was very bizarre. So we're going to jump right into it and get into this story. And remember, she's a good mom because she has veneers. All right.
And I'm a good mother,
Mm-hmm.
I have veneers and everything.
I'm sorry?
I said I have veneers and everything. I don't look like this.
Okay.
Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Connie Renee, otherwise known as Feminine and Fierce. And if you're coming back, welcome back. Glad to have you here. Today, we are talking about a mother of two from Kentucky who unfortunately took her own kid's life in what she calls a psychotic break. When interviewed by police, she said, "I'm a good mom, a good mother. I even have veneers."
Really good woman. I'm a good mother, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I have veneers and everything.
I'm sorry?
I said I have veneers and everything. I don't look like this.
Okay.
You probably heard that and thought, that's bizarre. But let's go back to November 2022 to 23. Tiffany Lucas was living in Shepherdsville, Kentucky with her two sons, 9-year-old Jaden, 6-year-old Maurice, called Peanut. Maurice was in kindergarten and loved playing soccer. He loved animals, loved video games. And Jaden was known to be a really good student as well, who loved school and baseball. So on social media, it looked like Tiffany had it all. That's when we talk about reality is not always perception. And from the looks of Tiffany's social media, she posted a lot actually with her children and showing that her life was great. As a single mom who posted all of the time, actually, she seemed to be somewhat of an entrepreneur. She actually even opened a convenience store in 2017, and the news interviewed her.
We spoke with her 7 years ago about the impact as a young entrepreneur after Walmart pulled its plan to open.
A lot of people don't make their way down here, but if there's a Walmart, you come out of the woodworks for Walmart. So probably would have brought a lot of people to, stop and check us out.
Business records show her store closed in 2017. A year later, we found she pleaded guilty to drug charges and was sentenced to 30 days in jail.
Officers had even come out a couple of times after family members ended up calling CPS on her. Now, it's not clear what those investigations led to, but the family did say that CPS was no help to them, and they claimed that Tiffany was using substances and they were worried for the boys' well-being. According to Tiffany, she was prescribed painkillers due to a dental procedure that she had in 2018. And this is where she says that she began to be hooked. According to Tiffany, when her prescriptions ran out, this is when she looked to the streets to basically get what she needed or what she felt like she needed. And then when the new substance that came out with an F, she said that it was cheaper and more easily available. And it got so bad that she actually ended up losing custody of Jaden and Maurice, but she was able to work a program and gained custody back. Now, these family members, the ones that were calling CPS and were very worried about the boys, say that they tried very hard to help Tiffany. Matter of fact, they claim that they even offered to take the boys in and raise them while she got herself together. But they say Tiffany always denied them. She did not want their help. And as a matter of fact, it seemed like the more they tried to help, the further she pulled back with Maurice and Jaden. However, if you are family from the outside looking in, it would appear that Tiffany still had it all together. You could see on her social media posting all of these happy photos. It was very difficult for them. It seemed like they did all they could. But by 2023, Tiffany claims that she was already ready to quit that mess and that she was ready to completely start over. She said that she was only taking enough of this substance to keep herself from being sick. She said that she was just completely exhausted and tired of hiding what she was doing and going through from her friends and her family, and especially Jaden and Maurice. According to her, she had just gotten a new job working at a law firm and making about $30 an hour. Now, as worried as Tiffany's friends and family were, they could have never expected what would happen next. On November 7th, 2023, ring footage captured Tiffany at her neighbor's house with their dog Blue. She was saying some bizarre things and basically saying that she needed an anchor and good people around her. She was also having a conversation with the dog, telling the dog not to bark, that this was her house and her friend. They showed these in court, so you'll see on the sides what she said. It's kind of hard to hear because it's open court, obviously, but they do put the captions on the right side of the video. Let me take
Blue, come here. It's your house. Don't touch her. Blue, stay. Stay, no. Stay. I thought you needed my Blue. This is her house. Blue, I'm sorry. I didn't know my mother. Blue, you need to go. This is my room, not yours. You need to go. I need you. I need you. Yeah, I need you. God is possible.
Okay, so you can hear her defense use this video saying that Tiffany had asked for help, that she was wanting help, that she cried out for help. So if you look, she was telling her dog, "That's my friend. This is her house." And then the neighbor says, she kept saying, "I need you. I need you." And the neighbor said, "You need me?" And Tiffany replied, "Yes, I need an anchor. I need a good friend. I need a good person in my life." And this is just a random neighbor. Like, the neighbor's probably like, "What is going on?" She said, "And I just need to be a mother. I need to be a mother. I need to have good people around me. I need family. I need help." And then she says, "I need you. I need my," sorry, it's harder to read on my screen because it's smaller. She said she needs to, "I need you to help me clean my house." That's crazy. They did say the house was filthy and she was renting the home she did not own, but they said when they went in there, the house was filthy. So here she says, "I need you to help me clean my house and get my house right." So obviously she was reaching out for help to the neighbor. But I feel like after watching everything in this case, I feel like even this stuff was planned, but maybe not. I'll let you guys decide. It says, okay, now I can read it better. It says, "And it's an issue. I need you. I need you to come help me clean my house and get my kids right." And then she said, so my apologies. I couldn't read it exactly. But again, she said, "And it's an issue. I need you. I need you to come help me clean my house and get my kids right." Now, this was November 7th, the morning of November 7th. And then the neighbor says, no, come here, baby." And I think she was talking to the dog. And Tiffany said, "No, come on, Blue." And then she left. See, there she goes. She's like, "Come on, Blue." But even how she talked to the dog was odd. Now, later on that same day, Tiffany is seen on security camera taking her children to the Waffle House. Servers there say that the kids were cracking jokes and playing, but Tiffany was not. They say that the kids looked clean and well kept, well taken care of. They said that Tiffany, however, would stare through them when she would look at them and just seemed like she did not understand anything that was going on. She was basically staring off into space and kept looking behind her as if somebody was chasing her or after her. She did not really seem normal, and they said that she just wasn't okay. Another server actually said that Tiffany did not say 2 words to her, and that when she paid, she was shaking her hands and just busted out crying. Okay, so it says server one, because I know this isn't the best lighting. It says server one, she got there like a deer in headlights. It says she asked her questions and she sat there and wouldn't respond. Kids were cracking jokes and smiling. The kids looked well, taken care of, and clean. She wasn't comprehending anything I was saying. It looked like she was just in her own world. Hey, Timmy. Well, that's okay. Do what you can. Hey, Lisa, you're not lost. Hey, Lisa. Yes, Ller, I was. And it says she didn't really seem normal. She was not okay. She was not coherent. Anxiety. She did not seem to understand anything that was going on. She didn't eat anything. She didn't say 2 words to me because she was just so out of her mind. She was all shaky trying to count her money and she started crying. Yeah, I see Lisa. Yeah, she was crying at the end when she was holding her money. It says server 2 now believes Tiffany was reaching out for help, but nobody knew that's what she was doing. She looked like she did not know where she was, kind of deal. Like she was just not there. They said she kept looking back, just like she was following her or after her. Yeah, it like was looking right through us. Like she was not talking to us. She was looking straight through me. They also believe now that that was her way of asking for help, but at the time they did not understand. Now, the following day on November 8th, 2023, this is when everything came to a head. Officers responded to Tiffany's home when a call came in to 911 from neighbors who say that they heard gunshots coming from Tiffany's.
My neighbor just came up to my door and just passed out, and I can't get her to wake up. She's
okay. Is she breathing?
She is.
How old is she?
I would say in her early 30s. And now she's screaming that the kids are dying. Stay here. Do we know what happened to him?
I have no idea. We just found our neighbor, the woman, their mom, just freaking out in my yard.
Okay, and how old is he?
Oh my God, he's I don't know. He's probably 6. There's blood on the bed. There's a gun. Oh my God.
Was he shot?
I don't see a gunshot wound. Okay, there's 2 of them. They're both here. They're breathing.
Okay. There's 2 children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is she able to tell you what's going on or what happened?
No.
Okay, so this neighbor, her husband went to their home when she came over and was acting this way. The neighbor's husband went to the house. He is the one that found them. And you can hear him say that they were breathing. What struck me as odd is that she came over there, and you'll see in a minute, but it's like, why would you not have called? Not like, which of course she was allegedly having a psychotic break. So you wouldn't think, I guess, to call, but I'll continue.
Do you know what happened? No, she is shaking. She's on something, freaking out. I don't know. She's just laying here now on her stomach. My neighbor just came up to my door and just passed out, and I can't get her to wake up. She's
okay. Is she breathing?
She is.
How old is she?
I would say in her early 30s. And now she's screaming that the kids are dying.
Breathing?
Stay here. Do we know what happened to him?
I have no idea. We just found our neighbor, the woman, their mom, just
Okay.
freaking out in my yard.
Okay, and how old is he?
Oh my God, he's I don't know. He's probably 6. There's blood on the bed. There's a gun.
I didn't realize it repeated.
Oh my God.
Was he shot?
I don't see a gunshot wound. Okay, there's 2 of them. They're both here. They're breathing.
Okay. There's 2 children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is she able to tell you what's going on or what happened?
No. Do you know what happened? No, she is shaking. She's on something, freaking out. I don't know. She's just laying here now on her stomach.
When officers arrived, they found Tiffany lying face down in her neighbor's driveway, crying and saying that her sons were dying. Tiffany would tell police that she did not take anything, but that she just didn't feel right.
She conscious? She conscious? Yeah. Ma'am, what's your name? I can't hear you. Tiffany? Mm-hmm. All right, Tiffany, I'm going to change these handcuffs out, okay? And then I'm going to roll you over and I'm going to sit you up, all right? Make it move everything. You got your handcuffs on. Now I'm going to pick your hands up so you can take these off. Do not struggle. Do you understand me? Okay, now I want you to listen to me. I'm going to take this arm. You're going to roll this direction, okay? You're going to sit up at the same time. You understand? 1, 2, 3. Take this leg, fold it in, make that foot touch your knee. Roll to the side, on the ground.
Her kids were 6 and 9.
Now we're going to roll again this way, and I'm going to assist you up on your feet, okay? Ready? 1, 2,
Yes,
3.
Tina, that's me. Oh my goodness.
Have you taken anything?
Tiffany Lucas.
Have you been drinking?
On the page.
Then why can't you stand
it's on
up?
the bottom of the screen.
You just don't feel like it, huh?
She said I don't feel right.
Don't feel right? Okay. I guess we'll put her in my car, and when EMS gets done in there, they can come over and check her out.
Meanwhile, officers had gone into Tiffany's home, and this is where they found the 2 boys had indeed been injured, with the gun lying on the bed next to them. The boys were immediately rushed to the hospital, and unfortunately, they both passed away.
So, yeah, it's this house. From my understanding, those are the neighbors. She ran to their house. When I got here, she was laying down over there handcuffed. Hillview had already cuffed her. Both the children in there, they're loading them up. They're going to transport them. They have not found a gun. Hillview said they weren't going to search. They made sure the house was clear for EMS to go in. They went in. Hillview? No, this is us. Yeah. You got Kenny James and one of their sergeants up there cleared the house, but they said they didn't want to look for the gun until y'all done what y'all needed to do. I've got the suspect in my car. She is not been Mirandized. She's on the other side. You alright? We'll get EMS check you out, alright, before we leave here. So what I'm guessing, she came out of the house and ran over there and told him?
She passed out. She was laying down.
Oh, wow,
The ring doorbell notified somebody was outside. She came out to see her laying there, hollering at her husband, beating over. Asked her what was up. She said something about her 2 kids being inside and people up there.
Got a weapon? No, they have not found the weapon yet. They said they did go in and clear the house, make sure it was safe for EMS.
Why was she cuffed? Why was she taken?
Because she apparently admitted to someone that she shot her kids.
The gun was on Slater's as they were on the bed when they came in, but they moved it.
She come over here, fell out in the driveway. His wife seen it, which Christina got a statement from him. She got him, and apparently she told him that she shot her kids. He went over and looked and seen them, and then came over here and called.
And this is this guy right here?
Yeah. The gentleman in the green shirt and the female in the black pants and green shirt. Christina got a statement from them. I I changed out the handcuffs so we didn't have to worry about that. Got her off of her face, rolled her over on her butt, got her up, put her in my car, turned the AC on.
She was told she was detained, right?
Oh yeah, she knew. The only thing she has said to me since that is, are they still alive?
While on the scene, they checked Tiffany out to make sure she was physically okay. Here's the body cam from that.
Sit down right there. Turn your feet that way.
All right, are you hurt anywhere?
I don't care.
Where are you hurt? Huh?
I need to get her up.
Yeah.
Talk to me. You can't talk to me?
Hey, Lindsay.
All she told me was she didn't feel right. I got her up off the ground.
Tell me your name. We're just here to help you. Can you tell us how you're feeling or anything like that? Are you injured? Does anything hurt?
All we were told is she made it to the neighbor's house and passed out. He come out and found her that way, and then she
You have
woke up
anything
and
hurt
told
on you
me.
at all? Daniel, you got scissors. All right, I'm gonna cut your sweater off here. Make sure that you're not injured anywhere.
If you want her to lean forward, she's handcuffed. That's what, she ain't moving her hand.
Yeah. Huh?
Doesn't speak to them really, unless she's spoken to. No.
You don't call him.
Like, he's just staring off into space.
I think he went to help escort the kids. He just took off out of here.
Y'all will be able to get their information.
Yeah. We'll get her info. We'll just call over here to the office.
And if you can get
Yeah. Says go over here to see the little powwow by Kenny James.
Yeah.
You go over and get one of their numbers. That's the one of the detectives that'll take the lead on this. They'll be able to get you everything. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you something real quick. Can you answer me? Do you have any weapons on you? No? Okay.
I mean, the whole time, you wouldn't have been asking him how's the kid. Wouldn't have been nothing.
Have you done any narcotics or anything today? No alcohol, nothing like that. Blood pressure now, sugar up. Just gonna feel poking the finger here.
They're making sure, blood pressure, blood sugar, all the things are good, Brittany, don't tell us. We're not there yet, girl. You're ruining the story. Yes, it's all in here, Brittany.
Check blood sugar, making sure everything's. This is your all. I'm gonna set it right here. Come out of.
That part, Kelsey. That part. I even said that.
Christina's done.
Okay, cool. Well,
Billy's clear. We're gonna have to answer all the Billy.
if they want to do that, then we can use that from now on.
Okay.
If you want, just throw it in the car. I don't care. She's good?
Any kind of injuries on her or anything that we can see?
No injuries, nothing.
Back up here. Come here, step off the side
All
of the
right,
stretcher.
step back off. You're going to get back in my car.
I mean, she's just no affect, nothing, no emotions, no remorse, no anything. Like, of course, she just, she's trying in my opinion, the
scoot your butt on.
insanity thing. But maybe she was just really out of it. I don't know.
Back.
They say she was allegedly withdrawn.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
An F? Right, G? Like, dang. We're not going to the movies with you, baby.
We're going in over here. Watch the rocks. You tender-footed?
Tiffany was arrested, and then she was brought into the sheriff's office for questioning. She continued to act very strangely and even said that she had shot herself in the ear.
This is just the wand, okay? It's just to check you. You got anything on you?
It gets crazier.
Nothing? Just the handcuffs?
The state she's in, I don't think they have it.
Yeah.
I don't think they have that.
They're just picking up the handcuffs and ankle bracelet. Okay. You got a necklace on?
Oh, they do have the death penalty. I don't know why they. I mean, I guess.
Earrings?
You'll see what happens though.
I shot myself.
Huh?
I shot myself in the head.
You what?
Shot myself in my ear.
You shot yourself in the ear?
Mm-hmm.
What's ear?
This one.
I don't see anything.
There's nothing there.
Okay, so she's telling them, sorry if you couldn't hear me, that's usually why I pause. Kentucky does have the death penalty, but they do show the court and how everything went. But she tells them right here because something kept beeping when she was, they were wanding her, and they were like, do you have a necklace, earrings, anything? And she's like, no. And she told them that she had injured herself. I'm saying that because of certain words I can't say. She had injured herself in the ear, that she turned it on herself after doing it to each boy and did it to herself. And obviously she tells them that she's bizarre in the fact that she goes on to tell them that she believes the internet and game systems were manipulating her and her children.
Okay.
Where you?
We're going to take her back to the interview room. I got to go in and turn it on, so we're going to wait till I get there, and we can view her and just keep an eye on her. Okay.
Okay.
So,
you want to have EMS come over just by what she just?
Yeah. Start over here, and then.
910 radio. Can you start EMS over here to SOS code 1B5?
I'll tell you what. You got your camera going?
Yes, it's still going.
We're having a seat in that chair until EMS comes to check.
So she was renting a house in Shepherdsville, Kentucky. It is right below Louisville, I believe. It's actually the second biggest city in Kentucky with a population of about 14,000.
I'm not seeing nothing. That's supposedly the one.
He did, though. He did, didn't he? He said, you got earrings in, didn't he?
Okay.
It's on
Calm
camera.
down. It's okay.
That don't have nothing to do with it.
It means everything. You're f***ed up. You're sick.
Yeah.
Now, she just told them that they were effed up and they were sick. And clearly these men know why she is in there. Clearly they know exactly what happened. The fact that she said that, I mean, and gets so irritated, like, he asked me if I had earrings on. I mean, her mood does go, it's a roller coaster for sure.
No, I'm not seeing anything. Get another set of vitals, and we'll go from there. Okay.
At one point during the questioning, Tiffany becomes very irritated. Take a listen.
Why is it doing that?
My phone.
As soon as you walk in the door? That's weird, right?
It's weird.
It's weird. As soon as people walk, sounds, that's not right.
No. Let me shut this.
See?
Let me shut this.
It's not right. See?
Not for right now.
Okay. Every time I say something, your phone's going off.
Believe me, I wish it wasn't going off.
God, right? God.
Last name?
Lucas.
Lucas?
You know my name.
I've got it in there, but I swear to God, it's in there, and I didn't.
It was written on everything in the back of the police cars. I'm telling you. I seen it.
I don't.
No,
I can go in the other room and get it.
In the back of the police cars, there's white things with Lucas written on them. I seen it.
Really?
Yes.
I have not seen that. I have not seen that. What's your middle name? Or do you have a middle name? What is it?
I have two.
Oh.
And Catherine.
And Catherine? Well, I'm going to talk to you today about what happened earlier. Okay, but can you tell me a little bit about yourself? I mean, where are you from, or where you grew up, or anything like that?
I know I look crazy, but I'm not.
Huh?
Because I know I look crazy, but I'm not crazy.
I don't think you look crazy. I'm just trying to, if I'm going to talk to someone, I'd rather know who they are. I can tell you a little bit about me.
I love my children.
You tell me a little bit about you. Okay.
I love my children. I love my boys so much. I wouldn't have hurt them, but I just feel like I felt back and I didn't. I was letting them play the video games and I wasn't like focusing how I was supposed to, and they get that video game and the YouTube and the kids, it just messes their minds up to where people can manipulate their parents or do whatever they want. And I feel like someone put something upon my house or me or something. Like, I just don't.
So she was telling them that she saw things that had her name on it. So she's obviously exhibiting symptoms of psychosis, a paranoia. She feels like everything's set up and they're out to get her type shit. But yeah, that's what she's talking about. I think that, I don't know if she said white things but when she was saying that she thought she saw things with her name on it, and he said, well, I didn't see that. So
Feel right. I'm not, like, it's been, I don't do this. I love my kids.
How old are your boys?
Jaden's 9, Mark's 6. So I know I look crazy, but I'm not crazy. I love my children. I love my boys so much. I wouldn't have hurt them.
Tiffany was officially charged with 2 counts of capital. Initially, Tiffany pled not guilty by reason of insanity. She claimed that she had a psychotic episode and that she was trying to protect her 2 boys. Tiffany never imagined a life without the 2 boys and that she had actually turned the weapon on herself, but it jammed.
Even at her lowest, when she thought she was protecting them from an imminent abduction and lifetime of horrific trauma, she never imagined a life without them. But the gun jammed when she turned it on herself.
They also claimed that Tiffany had been withdrawing from the substances, and the psychotic break was a symptom of that. Tiffany's trial was supposed to start December of 2024. However, she decided to change her plea to guilty. And from what I can tell, there was no plea deal that was ever offered to her. And with her changing her plea from not guilty to guilty, it would be up to the judge to sentence her rather than a jury, which in my opinion is she had no other choice. They were not working with her. They were not giving her a plea. And their last ditch effort, in my opinion, was to basically throw herself to the judge and hope that her sentence was lighter than what a jury would have given her. The prosecution, and again, Tiffany's lawyer, claimed that Tiffany suffered from a psychotic disorder. They also played those clips that we watched earlier from the day before the incident where Tiffany was telling the neighbor that she needed help. And there was another clip that was shown where Tiffany was taking the boys to Waffle House. At her sentencing, hearing 6 family members gave emotional statements to the judge. His father had passed away, so his grandmother was one of those 6 people that gave their statement, and she said that she had already lost her son, and now she took Jaden from her.
Oh Lord, give me strength. You know, Jaden was the only thing we had left, and you took him from us. You know, I had already lost his dad, and then my other son. And then you took Jaden. You have ripped our lives apart. And you know that you could have gave them kids to us, and we would have took care of them. But you have been selfish. My heart is in pieces. And you know that you have always had a place to drop off. You took him from me, and I hurt every day. Every second of the day, I hurt. And I hope they give you 2 life sentences without the possibility of parole. I want you to suffer just like I'm suffering right now. They did not deserve that. You took my little man from me. And we all love him so much. Jaden and Maurice. I don't have nothing else to say. She just knows, she knows she'd have ripped us apart.
Mr. Taylor, any additional questions?
No other questions.
Any questions from the defense?
I'm the aunt.
Okay.
Maurice, but I consider myself Jaden's aunt as well.
Understood. Would you please read your impact statement for the court?
Tiffany, on November 8, 2023, you changed the lives of 2 beautiful boys. You broke my brother's heart, my heart, and the heart of anyone who had encountered them. Jaden and Maurice didn't see you for who you really are. They loved you so much, but at the end of the day, you became what children their age fear the most, a monster. Not for 1 minute do I believe, like you said, you were in a hard spot. You had support in so many ways that you could have used. Like I often told you when we spoke, being a good mom is also making a decision that you can't give the boys the best life and allowing another parent to step in. But you refused to do so selfishly because it wouldn't align with what social media saw. Instead, you decided to play God and decide the boy's faith. I often see these court shows where the defendants are forgiven by the victim's family, but not today, not by me. I will never forgive you. I struggle and often wonder what else kind of pain did they endure at the hands of you before you ultimately took their lives. Part of this statement I was gonna write, I hope every day you close your eyes that they haunt you. But I don't. You don't deserve to see them, and they shouldn't see you. If he decides to give you any kind of leniency today and grant you parole at some point, I'll be there at every parole hearing. Do you hear me? I'll be there at every parole hearing. That you took away our chance to have a relationship with my nephew. When my brother calls me, I wonder how he's doing, and I answer the phone so quick because I hope he's okay. Because I remember how you broke him. So at 12:30 at night when he calls me, if I don't answer that phone, if I don't see that phone call, I'm in such agony because I wonder, is he okay? Do you need me? That's my answer to him. His son is gone. You can never bring him back. And there is nothing and no amount of time that this court could give you that is fair. Life expectancy is about 70 years. You took 60 from them. Anything less than 60 for both of them or each of them is not even enough. It's difficult to even mouth the words that my nephew was killed. that he was murdered. He was murdered by someone that was supposed to be a protector, to love him unconditionally. You had options. You had options you chose not to take. There were resources. There were resources you chose not to take. Regardless if it was drugs, regardless if you were dealing with depression, people deal with that every day. It was a choice you made not to get help.
I've been in Jaden's life since he was 6 months old. While I'm thankful for the time I had with him, it was too short. My daughter, Charlie Howard, is 4 years old, and she has already lost her father, and he took her only brother.
Since my son was born, I begged Tiffany for my son on so many different occasions because of drug use, the prostitution that she did, and the other way she had him in a harmful situation. I didn't just lose Maurice November the 8th. I lost my son really the day he was born, because ever since he was born, she held my son over my head. I begged her so many times to keep him out of harmful situations. Yeah, I cursed her. I threatened her. I did a lot. But only on behalf of my son. I begged her. She knew it. It's simple drug abuse. It's manipulation. I called around. There's not nobody in this courtroom I haven't called and talked from my family to her family that haven't heard about me asking for my son and wondering what was going on with him. She kept him from me for a year straight. So many birthdays he missed. I have a party planned. She never let him come. I begged her. The last message, the last time I texted her, I asked her, please, can I just talk to my son? She ignored me. I'm asked to get the court give her the maximum punishment. I'll never see my son again. Jaden's family will never see them again. Anything less than the maximum punishment for her doing this to them will be unjust. They don't have a second chance. She chose to take drugs, put them in that situation. It was people begging for those kids, not just me as a father. It's aunties, cousins, her family members. Of course she had a breakdown. Methamphetamine does that. Opiates does that. You took the choice to do those drugs. I've been in prison before. I took for the consequences. Choices I've made, I suffer consequences. She needed consequences. She's always been able to manipulate.
Those testimonies were very emotional. Ultimately, the judge sentenced Tiffany to 2 life sentences.
A mother is more than the giving of life. It is providing food, clothing, shelter, but more importantly, love and security. I cannot imagine the sheer horror these children must have experienced seeing their mother with a gun. The sheer horror that second child had as he heard the discharge of that weapon for the first child. And maybe even both of them seeing their mother pull the trigger, taking their life. Count 1. The court will adjudge the defendant guilty of the offense of murder and fix her sentence at life in prison. On count 2, the court will adjudge the defendant guilty of the offense of murder and fix her sentence at life in prison. Kentucky's method of incarceration for felony offenses is what's referred to as indeterminate sentencing. It can be somewhat difficult to follow if you don't deal with it every day. But ultimately, the court has to assume that the components of the judicial system, which includes the executive branch's parole board, will be followed to the law.
Apparently, in Kentucky, the law allows for Tiffany to be eligible for parole after serving 20 years. The family's definitely not happy about this, but the prosecution has said that he does not believe that she will be granted any parole. And as a matter of fact, one of the boys' aunts spoke again outside the courtroom and reassured everyone that she would be there at every parole hearing forever.
Life is 20 years. So in 20 years, she'll go up for parole. And I'll be there. She had support from every one of us, including my brother's girlfriend. Like, she had support. You had a psychotic break because you did meth. Let's tell it what it is. You all can paint this. I had a horrible childhood. We can paint this picture all we want to. Yes, things happen in childhood, but you made the decision to take their life. You did that. And the only reason I feel like she decided on the move they made today and allowing the judge to sentence her versus a jury is because she could have ended up with more time. I know what it is with her. That's why I spoke directly to her, and she knows I'm not playing. She didn't deserve them, and like I told the judge before, when they took custody, you will ruin them, and that's what happened. The only peace I have in this is knowing that you can't hurt them anymore. And I'm pissed. Nobody's gonna ever be able to fix my brother's heart. Nobody can fix that.
But in the end, Tiffany's defense said that this all happened because she drove herself psychotic, trying to get clean from fence. She had every opportunity to give those boys to family members that were sober and stable and loved them, but she was too busy trying to put on this fake facade for social media and pretend that everything's, to be honest, of parole. And with the judge, she was able to get sentenced to life, which again, she will be up for parole after 20 years. Prayers and condolences to the family of these young boys. And I will keep you updated if anything happens in this case. Thank you so much for joining. Hope to see you again on another one. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that thumbs up and turn those notifications on. Hey. So that's a rough one. And I know a lot of people were asking about, because she claims that she was withdrawing from the F word. I'm not going to say it on here, but she says that she was withdrawing. The aunt of the boys obviously said that, let's be real, you were doing methylene is what I'll call it. And that's why you had a psychotic break. To me, that makes more sense. But here's the thing. They didn't drug test her. Apparently, that's not a thing. I don't understand why they checked her out, did the vitals and all that. I get she didn't go to the hospital, but why are we not testing? Why did she not get tested to see, was she withdrawing? Was it out of her system? What was in her system? I feel like if I was the boy's family, I would have wanted her to be tested so that I knew exactly what was going on. So there was not a shadow of a doubt whether she was sober, had something in her system or didn't, or had something else that they didn't know about. But I feel like, why would they have not tested her? Yes. Thank you, T. Thank you. Yeah, Kelsey, apparently it's not protocol. It's not protocol to drug test them. What? I would think maybe I guess the jail doesn't even drug test, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how that works. I guess it's not a thing. But I would assume when you do some kind of horrible crime like that you would get drug tested. I don't know why I think that, but I feel like it should be done. I don't know. I feel like even if it's just on a scientific level, as far as psychology and why people do the things that they do, why would you not want that research? And obviously the family would want to know. And, I feel like it should be documented and it should be shown in court and everything. Hey, this was, I mean, not to let them get on a lighter sentence, but just again, for purposes of no other than just us understanding the human mind and how things work, especially with these substances that are readily available to most of the country, you know? So I don't know. And, with the US, I feel like why not have that in protocol? That's how cases get overturned. Yeah, but I feel like, shouldn't we know this? Shouldn't we know how it affects people? Like, would it would it not say something if every single person who committed certain crime were doing this substance or whatever the case may be? I don't know. Again, not to say like, oh, they were doing drugs and this, and they should just get off scot free. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I feel like, again, even just for understanding the human mind and the criminology of all of it, psychology, criminology, whatever you want to call it. Right, Amy? I was like, wow, I think that's wild. Hold on, I missed your comment. Let me see. No history of substance abuse. Wait, what? Maybe no, she got arrested in 2018 for something related to substance abuse and got her kids taken away. I don't know if you missed that in the video, but this lady got her kids. Okay, the clip you saw where she had the little convenience store in 2017, in 2008, and her store shut down. In 2018, she got charged with something to do with substance abuse. I don't know if it was possession or paraphernalia. I'm not sure. I had to look it up. But she was arrested in 2018 and did 30 days in jail allegedly, and lost custody of her kids. Let me see if I can pull it up. But yeah, she lost custody of her children in 2018. And in 2000 this happens. So obviously you can understand why the family members and the people that did the victim statements, why they were so upset, because this was not just something that was like out of the blue, like they had went through these cases. Now Jaden was 9 and his father passed away. So Jaden's dad passed away, and you saw Jaden's dad's girlfriend or wife that got up there and said, my daughter's 4. She already lost her dad. Now she lost her only brother. And then the grandmother and all of them, they had tried to get her to let them take the kids. Like, hey, we'll take the kids. You get yourself right. When you get yourself right, we'll talk about it or whatever. And she would refuse. In fact, when they would talk to her about it or when they would breach the subject, she would then pull the kids away from them. Almost as like, don't talk about that or you won't get to see them anymore type shit. And they had called CPS several times. And they said CPS was no help to them. So, I mean, you can imagine how frustrating, obviously any child that gets taken this way, it's frustrating, right? Because there's so many other options. But if you look at the case and you look at what this family went through trying to get those boys and trying to get her to give them the boys, trying to get CPS involved. Obviously she had went to jail, lost custody, got them back and the aunt that talks about going to all the parole hearings, she said that she told CPS she told the judge when they gave the kids back. She said, if you give those kids back, you have ruined them. You've ruined them. And here the judge gives them back. The aunt tells them like a whole premonition, like, hey, you give the kids back, you've ruined their lives. And of course she didn't know, God forbid, she didn't know that this would happen, but she knew that their lives would be forever affected if she got them back. And you know how many parents, this is what kills me about this case, because do you know how many parents that get their children taken? And I see a lot that get taken because of medical things, like because of their beliefs in medical, or they don't do this or they don't want to do this with their child, and CPS steps in because they feel like it's medical neglect. And that is a huge story that medical neglect, and they take kids from parents and stuff. And then you got this lady who literally gets her kids taken, works a program, gets her kids back, and then does this. And I get that parent, reunification is the goal allegedly, but sometimes it just, oh, here it is. So, dang, this is her. Let me show you this. This is her mugshot. Look at this mugshot. Like, what? This is her mugshot. Look at this mugshot. This is 2018. Look at her all done up. Like, what? 5 foot nothing. 5 foot nothing. What is she? 5'4", 5'4", Shepherdsville, Kentucky. Obviously, she's in jail for 2 life sentences at this point. But this says November 14th, 2018, total bond $1,000. And there you go. Receiving stolen property under 10,000, possession of a controlled substance, 3rd degree, prescription containing substance not proper. She had a prescription, but it wasn't in the proper container. Serving a warrant, bond 500, failure to appear. So I don't know what she had failure to appears for, but obviously she was getting arrested. Yeah. And then there's the mugshot from this is 11/8/23. So that's only 2 arrests that they show, but it says she had a failure to appear here, 2 of them. Number 5 and number 6 is failure to appears. So, but yeah, so she was arrested in 2018, served 30 days in jail, lost custody of her kids. She probably did like a drug court program because it said, while I was looking it up, it said that she worked a program, got her kids back. I wanted to be the change, but I couldn't do it. I had to resign before I was fired. Yeah, court. I can imagine. Yeah. The whole CPS thing, it like, I can't. I mean, I know that it's supposed to be there for good and everything, but it's like all these kids, those kids that came up missing and just, I don't know, there's so much there. Just like the lady that got, what was it? The senator that got ran out of Senate. I think it was Senate. She was a senator. She got ran out of Senate because she did that document on CPS. She did some kind of document on CPS and they pretty much ran her out of her seat. But yeah, so many times the children's are, and they're more likely. That's one thing she was talking about, this senator, is that kids that get put in foster care are more likely than to get re-abused. And these are the kids that you're supposed to be taking them out of a bad situation into a new one, and they end up getting re-abused. And she had like all the statistics on it, but yeah, so these kids were taken away. She ended up getting them back, and then this happens. So you can only imagine that not only would it be gut wrenching to lose a grandchild or a nephew or whatever the case may be, but then to know that it's been years because she lost them in 2018. They were only 6 and 9. So 2018 was, well, at that time in 23, so 5 years. So that means the youngest, Maurice, which was her brother, because she said, nobody can fix my brother's heart. So that would have been Maurice's aunt, which I loved in her victim statement. She said, I'm Maurice's aunt, but I'm also Jaden's. And I love that. You could just tell that she was a good person just by that statement. I mean, just how she acted, I could tell she's a damn good person. But she was Maurice's aunt. And in 2018, Maurice would have been like a year old, right? And that's when that started. So from the time and the dad obviously said that I didn't get my son taken on November 8th, 2023. I had my son taken from the time he was born. So you can imagine why she's going to show up at that parole every time, because since that baby's been born, they have been fighting the system for these these kids. And then now nothing that they did worked. Can you imagine? Yes, hit that like button. This is such a sad and tragic case. I hope you guys enjoyed True Crime Tuesday, and I will see you guys later for the malarkey. Thank you so much for joining. As always, I love y'all. Bye.